Self-destruct in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is Cinco Squad. Cinco Squad. Cinco Squad.
Happy Friday, everyone. What's up, everyone?
How we doing?
This is the squad. Welcome to Cinco Squad. My name is Jonathan Sawyer. With me is Mike DeSanto, Jamie P, Pat in the Hat, repping that Pittsburgh gang. Let's go.
Oh, baby. Let's go. Sit the kick. Get another.
Got a plethora of topics tonight to talk about. NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, possibly MLB talk about no-nos. NFL should old veteran players mentor younger rookies or younger. And Jamie has probably some topics about soccer that Pat, Mike, and myself know nothing about. So
if we have time, Jamie,
So, first of all, what's up, fellas? How you doing? I know we had to push the start time back a little bit, but how you guys doing this week?
Fantastic.
Feeling good.
Awesome. I don't know if Pat's repping Seattle or Pittsburgh. Well, we'll just go with both.
You know what? The world of
NHL tonight. It's NHL. It's the first time
He's
we're
repping Johnny Depp, bro. He's repping Johnny Depp and the Kraken, baby.
Unfortunately, Pat, I do have some bad news for you. Seattle is one of the worst teams in the league. They are not in the playoffs.
Only for now.
Free team. All right, so.
But yeah, so as we talk about hockey, I mean, first of all, I know we started a little bit late. So what y'all sipping on tonight? Let's go to Pat in the Hat. Is he sipping on that Labatt Blue tonight?
Ooh, not Labatt Blue. It's this Myers Creek.
Oh,
okay.
I just went to the brewery last weekend. Awesome vibes. Right at the foothill of some mountains in Casanova, New York.
Ooh.
I'm going to try this one. I haven't tried this one yet.
Mountain Water Bear. Sounds good.
It's called Velvet Fog. Very good, man. Very good. Smooth drinking.
That is an interesting name.
It is an after hike beer right here.
12 miles.
Not 12 miles this time, no.
12 mile Pat. Hold on. His name is not
Pat in the Hat.
Pat in the Hat. 12 mile Pat.
We know for sure. We know for sure he didn't freaking hike a half marathon if it ain't water that he's sipping on right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, roll me the last. But that's what I'm sipping on, man. Mike, what are you sipping on tonight?
So tonight, in continuing my very interesting flavors that I've had, I have a Grand Cacao chocolate stout.
Cacao!
Mike,
I'm drinking
Mike,
chocolate.
you have. Mike's drinking chocolate milk. Mike poured some Burned Dairy chocolate milk in a beer bottle.
Hey, wouldn't you listen? Burned Dairy chocolate milk is delicious.
It's the best. It's the best.
So good.
We don't have that in Florida.
You might be
We
on
don't have that in
idea
Florida,
right there,
so
yeah, they're building a Burned Dairy near my house, so I'm very excited.
Hell yeah.
So
but I want to know before we talk hockey. I want to know, Jamie,
okay,
what you sipping on?
Well, first of all, I'm a little disappointed because I brought out the back-to-back koozie, because champions that we chill. That's how we do it down there, And I gotta say, I love Mike Wilbon, but I don't know what the hell he was talking about this week about people in Tampa know nothing about hockey and putting Florida hockey down. Not a good night to be a Lightning fan so far. And since in the name of Tampa, I went with the Florida man, the double India Pale Ale straight out of Cigar City.
Yeah.
So let's crack one and let's hope the Lightning have a comeback win tonight.
Yeah, hopefully. They just scored here on the power
They'll
play.
need it.
It's 3-1 Toronto right now.
I just had to crack one for them. There we go. Need 2 more now. Let's go. Let's go.
Beautiful.
But yes.
John.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not. I'm literally drinking water. So
I was just about to ask you: are you sipping on something, or are you chugging a gallon? Chugging
a gallon and some animal crackers. So
John, what you chugging on?
Bro, isn't the worst thing to eat on a show crunchy food? Because you can't even hide it. Even if you try and hide it, how do you hide crunchy food? Like, can you chew in slow motion? Is that even possible? Like, you can't do that.
You got to chew like a camel. Your beer, man. Save it for later.
That's the key. You don't chew at all. You just swallow.
Yeah.
Hey, whoa.
Whoa, too early for that, bro. Yeah, we're not even an hour. Yeah, we're not even past 20 minutes yet. Come on, dude.
Already canceled.
Anyway.
Hey, chill, Mike. Chill.
Well. Anyways, cheers, boys, to
cheers.
Long week, but great week of sports.
Great.
We've had NHL playoffs start this week. Been a great week of playoffs. I mean, Colorado came out as the dominant team that they are all week. With what was it, 7-2 win against Nashville.
5 quick ones to start.
Yeah, really, 5-0 after the first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the defending champs are in a struggle right now with Toronto, and I think Toronto has a lot to play for. I think that's my first question: is what are your guys' thoughts on Toronto, because they have this curse where they haven't won a playoff series in, Mike, quote me if I'm wrong, but 18 years.
I believe it is.
2004 was the last time they won a playoff series. So
that's insane.
What do you?
And that includes 3 Game 7 losses to Boston where they were up in the series.
Wow.
Yep.
Which Boston, for those out there that are new to hockey or don't know as much about like the history of hockey, Boston and Toronto are like big rivals. Like they don't
original 6, baby.
Yeah.
Original 6.
You know what I want to say about Boston Bruins hockey? I
mean, my uncle's a Bruins fan, so I can't be too mad, but yeah.
Hey, uncle, we don't care.
So, no, like, what are you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, Toronto come out strong in the first game. They're playing really well here in Tampa, which is a very tough environment. What are your guys' thoughts? Pat?
Hands down, if you got the best player in the game right now, you probably have a chance to win a series. Wow. So they got the best player in the game right now, bro. Right now, they have the most balanced player on all fronts.
No,
the kid
they've heard all the talk. They've heard all the talk going on. The curse, how they haven't performed to their standards. Right. This is the year. They want to make some noise in the playoffs and make it to the cup.
Yeah, no, they're in a very exciting young team. I think they've had their core together for about 3-4 seasons now.
Yeah,
it's just now they're getting to the point where they're getting those complementary pieces, those bottom 6 forwards that fit best with how they want to run their team. Yeah, They've been through some coaching issues with like Mike Babcock, who didn't really, his like hard nosed style didn't really gel with the kind of the new generation of players.
Right.
But now they've got a good front office group, good coaching staff together with a good roster, and are finally getting good good clutch goaltending from both goalies. That used to just be Frederick Anderson. Now it's, I believe, Jack Campbell and I can't remember who their backup is, but they've gotten strong goaltending. And I'll always say it, good goaltending can win you titles. Like it can win you the cup.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, look at the run that Bobrovsky had when he was with Columbus before he went to Florida. I mean, look at this 4-0 sweep, and I believe they almost made it to the conference finals that year. I mean, he played outstanding in that series. I went to the first two games, and it was like, holy crap! Like this guy's standing on his head on every shot. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Mike. Like, good goaltending is going to take you far in the playoffs. and your best players stepping up at the right time. Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, and Tavares is playing good. He's not on the score sheet as much, but he's doing the little things in the corner. He's getting the loose pucks, playing good defense. So he's doing the stuff that, is not noticeable on a score sheet, but it's going to be noticeable in the overall totality of the game. So I definitely hear you. And all four lines are playing great. I mean, Tampa showed that over the last 2 years. If you have four solid lines, it's very hard to beat you. When your fourth line is scoring goals just as much as your first, it's very hard to beat.
And everybody on the team has a role. They know their role, and they've worked to execute that role perfectly.
Correct.
For the betterment of the team.
And Matthews just being a stud on the ice, man.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I will say, Jamie, I disagree with you. Austin Matthews is not the best player in the league right now, but he's one of, but he is not the.
Okay, so let's make a comparison then, right? So then, so if Ovechkin is like the LBJ, if you had to do a comparison with NBA, right? And then Sid Crosby is like Steph Curry. Then Austin Matthews is John Morant, right? Where like.
All right, Jay.
No, but
That's a good comparison.
But understand, like Steph is championship caliber, so is Sid. But you can't say that Sid has the body of work that Ovechkin has, so that's LBJ. But Matthews took the league over this year with his style, and I mean, come on, he scored 60 goals in a year, first American player to ever do that. So he's like the John Morant. He's the flavor of the year, right?
Yeah.
He's the guy that people want to tune into to see. So
I do like that last comparison there.
Except for none of them are the best player in the league.
So the best player in the league is
Connor McDavid.
Okay.
Easily.
But
easily
he may be the best player in the league. But the biggest question mark over the course of the time, and I know you and I agree upon this, is he hasn't been able to get his team anywhere in the playoffs. Get them to the playoffs, but at the end of the day, it's not about having the best player. That's a plus, but everyone else has to step up, like we were just saying. Yeah. But I agree with that comparison, Jay. Like that's actually a really good comparison because Sid the Kid was neck and neck. Them and Ovechkin were neck and neck, and I've never had a really beef.
Blows him out. Come on, he's got the rings. He's got the cups. Sid.
Who? Oh
Sid.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, that's my favorite player.
With the heads in the playoffs, man.
To make an NBA comparison, I would say Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl with the Oilers right now are the Embiid and Harden of the NHL. Two very good superstars that just don't have the team around, haven't had the team around them.
Right. They are the team.
Any Harden comparison right now might be an insult to any other.
Well, okay. Embiid and normal Harden, not now Harden.
Let's do this. Chris Paul and
Embiid and Maxey.
Yeah. Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
No, let's Chris Paul and Blake Griffin back when they were in the Clippers.
Yes.
They were the best team.
Lob City.
Great team, great exciting team. But they just couldn't get the job done.
Yeah.
Ever.
Have the team around
Ever.
And who knows this year if the Suns can make it out of the conference finals to get to the NBA playoffs. But we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Yep. But, my thoughts, the Western Conference seems pretty tough. But, I mean, look at Carolina. Carolina is dominating Boston. And Boston has, it's crazy. I mean, now Boston's up 2-1 right now, but I mean, it's fun to see Carolina be good again. I mean, I remember when they won the Cup in, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, 06 or 05.
No, hold on.
04 was the Lightning.
Oh, okay.
04 was the Lightning. Was it 03?
It was against Edmonton, wasn't it?
Because I think 05 was no. I'm sorry. It was 05. It was 05. 06 was the Ducks.
Yeah. Yep. You're right.
I thought the Lightning won in 03, same year the Bucks won.
04.
Yeah.
04?
Okay. You're right, Jim.
Yeah.
And there wasn't.
It's like probably like 03, 04, probably.
Yeah.
I don't think there was an 04, 05 winner because I think wasn't that the lockout season?
That was the lockout season.
Might be right. Yeah. So it was 03, 04.
But so everyone's thoughts on the playoffs right now. Let's go around the horn. Who do you think is the hottest team right now? And who looks like is going to blow everybody out of the water come Stanley Cup. Mike, you'll go last because you're the hockey guru. So, Jay, who you got? You got your boys or what?
Unfortunately, no. I got to go with the hot hand. Like same way where I'm having kind of thinking that like Memphis might play spoiler to Golden State. Toronto's going to play spoiler. Unfortunately, Stanley Cup champs might go down in the first round. They're just killing the power play too good right now. And if Tampa can't score,
very much.
That's why Tampa's been winning series after series. I mean, they take advantage at the right time, and they can't at the moment. So I actually think that as tough as the Rangers and the Pens have been playing, where it's going to be a hard out if you play any of those teams, they're going to beat the crap out of each other. And I don't think they survive in the next round. So maybe there is a little magic in Toronto this year. Who knows? But don't count out Mr. Ovechkin and the Capitals. If they get going here and they beat Florida in Game 3, we could see what happens there. West Coast, Colorado all the way.
Okay.
Man, if the Caps beat the Panthers, they have all the momentum.
I agree. Pat, who you got?
All right, so I agree. I think the Penguins, Rangers, that's just going to be a dogfight, full series. Whoever comes out of that, they ain't making out in the next round. I want to say the Panthers. I think they're the deepest team, but I just can't see it, man. I think the Leafs might make it out of the East. And then as much as I want to take Calgary, Jerome McGinley fan right here, I think Colorado is just going to shit pump the West and make
That's
it.
a great choice right there if you were to pick Calgary.
Honestly. Well, they can't score enough. They don't have enough firepower. Not enough firepower to beat Colorado.
McKinnon's got Colorado just fucking shit pumping on that. Like, Nashville didn't even show up game 1.
Or game 2.
All right, and Mike has the Rangers and who's it going to be, Mike? The Rangers?
Who's your West Coast?
So as much as obviously biased opinion, I want to pick the Rangers. If not the Rangers, I think it's either going to be Toronto or Carolina. I think they're the two most complete teams besides the Rangers in the East. Out of the West, I agree. It's Colorado all the way. Like they just look too good right now. And they just, if there was any question as to whether they could win a close game, last night's game, OT winner, proved that they can stay tight in a tight game and not lose their composure. So I think it's Colorado all the way. They're gonna be tough. They're make it to the Cup and they're gonna be a tough out in the Cup.
Man, those fans are fired up right now too. After last year, after they finished the bed last year, bro, those fans are fired up. So
I mean, my choice for this is definitely Colorado. I mean, everyone thinks Colorado like, oh, you know. I remember Colorado back when Korea, Forsberg, Sakic, Adam Foote, like those days. Like those were like the days of Colorado hockey, and when the fans were
Patrick
rolling.
Waugh in the crease.
Patrick Waugh, my all-time favorite goaltender. Shout out to my aunt for getting me a figurine of Patrick Waugh, my all-time favorite goaltender.
Shout out,
but yeah, definitely Colorado. They look awesome. But my silent pick on this is definitely what Pat said. Calgary looked very, very good. Like,
watch out, man.
And the fan base is roaring there. You know,
there were actually 2 Dallas Stars fans there last night. I think it was a daughter and a mother celebrating.
They scoped them out.
Literally 2.
Hey, Mom, let's buy tickets. On the Eastern side, I definitely think, you know, I kind of agree with your guys' mentality with the Pittsburgh Rangers series. I think whoever comes out of that's going to be tough. But I think whoever comes out of that is going to go to the Stanley Cup.
Ooh, okay. A little reversal there.
Okay.
Because those teams are beating up on each other. Number one, you got Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin back together in the playoffs, playing good hockey. You got Gensel playing good. You got Letang playing good. The one factor for the Penguins that's going to is if Domingue is going to – is it Domingue or is Domingue?
It's Domingue.
Domingue, yeah. If he goes for the Pittsburgh Penguins, I don't see them finishing the series good. I think the Rangers will take it. But we'll see. I mean, I'm wearing my favorite player's jersey, but if I just it's tough for a backup goaltender to just come in and he did great in game 1, but to continue to play those minutes that he hasn't played all year, it's going to be, and these are challenging minutes. Like This is fierce hockey right now. Like people, it's like basketball in the NBA. If someone wants to compare it to, it is fierce hockey. Like it's going to be people are coming at you 100 miles an hour. It's not like where they're taking plays off in that aspect. It's going to be constant shots. I mean, Domingue got like 4 or 5 shots in his first like minute in the game in overtime. So definitely agree.
Rapid
fire. All right, so hands up. Is it consensus? Everybody hands up if Colorado's winning the cup this year.
Come on, Mike.
No, I can't say. Okay, if the Rangers aren't in the cup, yes.
John? Yeah? All right.
Easily. I would say, though, I really want Sid to just ride out in the sunset with Letang and Malkin on this last run.
I think everybody would like that.
No, what are you talking about? He's only 34. He's not going to ride out. He's not done.
Out of those 3, I think Malkin and Letang aren't going to be there anymore.
Oh, I got you.
I think all 3 of them together.
They can all go.
Okay.
Beautiful if they did that.
So the Rangers, they can all go.
So we all got Colorado, which is awesome. Except Mike.
I can't.
You literally can't. I mean, your favorite team is in there.
I have to.
It's wrong, but it's respectable.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, we'll be doing a show every Friday, so we'll be doing, series by series, seeing how it goes. I mean, Colorado played great. Remember, just one take before we go to NBA. Colorado played great in their first series last year, and then laid an egg against Vegas. So let's not forget that they did play great in the first series, and I believe they swept them. Mike, you can fact check me,
I think so, but I will double check that.
But they laid an egg against Vegas, so
different team, bro. Different team.
I get it, but it's the same. It's kind of similar team though. A lot of same players. The only thing different is what Mike said earlier: the goaltending. Grubauer went to Seattle.
That's everything.
That's everything. Correct.
That's it.
Correct. So speaking of exciting, the NBA playoffs has been really exciting this year. I think it's been one of the most entertaining, time, that I've watched the NBA playoffs, seeing every single team compete, except 76ers, who I think are losing right now. Let's see. Let's check in on that. They're winning at half.
Live updates.
God damn it!
With the beat coming out.
But this is the best. This has been the best NBA playoffs totality, team for team, that I think I've seen in a long time. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the interesting part for me, who doesn't necessarily pay as much attention to the NBA as some of the other leagues, is that this playoffs has really shown the depth that all of these teams have.
Right.
We got a lot of bench guys coming off the bench for 8 to 10 minutes that are putting up 8 to 10 points, grabbing a few rebounds, getting some assists, doing like we always say, doing the little things you have to do as a team to win games.
Correct.
And I'm loving the chance that the Phoenix Suns have with this. I've joined because I have no NBA team. I'm joining for the year. I'm joining Jamie's bandwagon.
That's not fair.
I really want
to. Happy birthday, Chris Paul.
Ooh.
Happy 37th birthday to Chris Paul, by the way. Let's pick up point guard. Chris Paul. Happy 37th.
That's not fair, man. I need some Celtics pride over here.
well being that I am traditionally a New York fan, Pat, I cannot support any Boston.
I hear you. I hear you. I root for one
you have to think. You have to think. What a Jekyll and Hyde series so far. You couldn't ask for 2 different games between game 1 and 2, where all of a sudden you're thinking, how do you stop Giannis? And then all of a sudden, Williams man up against him, and he shoots 22% from the field. And now the question is, can Giannis not play that style of ball and be selfish and find the open man, reestablish himself in the block, and give Boston the kind of problems we expect him to give? I think a lot of people are leaning to Milwaukee because of the championship caliber. Well, if you're the defending champ, like Rudy T said,
it's got a target on your back.
For sure. It's tough for Giannis to do that too without Chris Middleton on the court, without George Hill on the court. It's really hard for him to facilitate and not just be the team. Everyone else funnel through him.
Is Middleton
trying to run through Grant Williams is fun, man.
Last I knew, he's out for until at least after.
He's out for the series.
Yeah, he's out for this series.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
Because Tatum, I always say like Tatum and Brown are like those annoying pests. Like when you're outside and you have those mosquitoes, like that's what I think of Tatum. They're great players. I'm not saying that, but they're like they don't go away. They just continue to come at you and come at you and come at you, and it's just like
the mosquito analogy right there. I would put it towards Marcus Smart and Grant Williams.
100%.
They just played a lockdown.
I agree. I can see that.
Remember when Rondo tried to play D against LeBron, and he would just look like a pit bull right on his hip?
Yeah.
That's Marcus Smart and Grant Williams. And Grant Williams
that's what you need
for Marcus Smart.
And I think that with the NBA, the NHL and the NBA have the similar mindsets. Is if you have a deep bench and you have everyone kind of moving at one pace and playing as one and playing their role. Like Marcus Smart knows that he doesn't have to go out there and score 30 or 40.
Right.
He can go out there and go dive on the floor for the ball and play great defense and do the little things that can't add up on the score sheet, but will add up in the totality for Tatum to hit a three or for Brown to get a wide open dunk. Like, you know what I mean? Like
tone setters. If you got the tone setters, it alters the whole series.
He's a glue
Correct.
guy.
Now, speaking of altering series, right? As you bring that up, the Gary Payton injury has altered the trajectory of this series.
Oh, 100%.
He was 100%. The one guy that could have really played man on man. Not saying he would have slowed Ja down to the point where Ja's not getting his 28, but at least he's not going off for 40. And now the Warriors have a lot of problems there. No matter who they try and put on Ja, it's a mismatch. And he's going to take advantage of it. And the only way the Warriors try and shut this down is that they look at tape of what the Celtics was doing and they create a wall. And Ja's going to have to not, like, if they can stop him from getting to the rim, which is much easier said than done. The kid's so explosive. Then you have an opportunity where you're going to force Memphis to shoot. And none of those guys are shooting the ball very well in this series. You have to force the ball out of his hands, or this is going 7. And I can see them upsetting Golden State because, by the way, Game 7 is in Memphis.
Yeah. I mean, I never underestimate Clay or Steph. They're two of the top duo over the last decade, in my opinion. And, you know, I never underestimate them. But, man, I felt so bad for Gary Payton. I mean, just to talk about that for a second, you know, Dylan Brooks isn't – now, this is a side note about Dylan Brooks. He doesn't seem like a malicious player, but I agree with Steve Kerr that, you know, you come down the court, it was a dirty play. And in my opinion, you know, he came down and he literally brought his hand from down here and came up. You're not trying to block, dude. Like, you're not. So don't give me this, I was trying to block this shot. No, you were trying to – I don't know what you were trying to do, throw him off course or something. I don't think he was trying – I don't think he was trying to, like, break his elbow. But that's the factor that you put into this when it comes down to it. Like, when you hit someone like that, when they're going that fast and up in the air for a dunk or a layup, you're going to risk that injury. Like, maybe not a broken arm, but, like, you know – it's something that could be serious.
Ankle, foot, back, head.
You know, I do agree with the suspension. I know we are all talking in the group chat this week. I do agree with the suspension. I think it's warranted because I think, you know, as physical as the game should be, it shouldn't be that. I'm okay with pushing. I'm okay with a little, you know, scruffle down low, but I'm not okay with, you know, seeing a guy like Gary Payton who's busted his ass the last 6 years. Mm-hmm. And this goes out to, like, the Ben Simmons thing. And I'm sorry for going on a little rant, but it goes out to the Ben Simmons thing, who has been gifted $25 million a year to not play because he can't get along with people. But Gary Payton's busting his ass in G League trying to make a team and trying to get some notice by people. And he finally gets a chance, and then he gets this type of injury. No, I don't think it's going to hurt his –
I think he meant to say Bethany Simmons, guys. Not
No. See, all is forgiven. All is forgiven. He's having back surgery now. So
now we understand why he couldn't take the court or work out for the last 13 months.
Well, I would need back surgery if all I did was sit on the bench.
Dude, everyone's got to get that joke in. Everyone's got to get that
It's
joke
the Kardashian curse, bro. It's the Kardashian.
Dude, my back hurts every day at work. I still do my job.
Right.
Same here.
You get paid $25 million. If I got paid $25 million doing my job, I'd be doing it right now. I would be like, "See you guys."
I was getting paid $25 million.
right?
I'd be like, "Yeah, I wish." Dude.
Like, guys, man, this
Pat would
I
be
love-
welding while in between his topics.
All right, so
right. It's
so
like,
we
I
talked
love the
about
podcast idea, but
So we talked about the first couple of series there, and I
Yes.
think we're going to see the Heat and Sixers series probably just turned into the series now because Bam Adebayo had his way with the 76ers. So I don't think it's fair that we can talk about that series until we see the result of Game 3 here because Philly's at full strength now. But let's move on to the Phoenix Suns series real quick here.
Whoa.
Right?
You
Hold on.
just jumped the Sixers talk.
No, I got it.
I
have
mean,
to.
you can't. I agree with him though. Like you can't really talk about it because if
Nah,
The series
Heat
don't
could-
start until the road team wins.
Hey.
No road team has won yet.
Correct,
Really?
but it also doesn't start until the best player in the series takes the court, and Embiid's the
True.
best player in the series
Correct.
right now.
Correct.
So on
Yeah.
the Suns side, though, so what we're seeing here is a Dallas team that shut down the Jazz, who to me are way too one-dimensional. That they're not hitting the three, they're not winning games. And now you play the most complete offense in the league, and they're proving that. Phoenix is averaging 125 points a game in this series right now. Right?
That's
Dallas held the Jazz to 99 points a game in the previous series. That's a
crazy.
26-point difference. And Luka is averaging 40 points a game, and they still can't win a game.
They're shutting Luka down. They're throwing everything at him, man.
Yeah.
But he still averaged 40. He's averaging
I mean,
40,
it is-
and they're still
it's
throwing
crazy.
everybody at him. That's
But it
what's
goes to show that a lot of the and like I said before, a lot of the role players are not doing their job, not the small things. And I get it. And here's a great question for you guys that I was thinking about the other day watching this is. Well, that's a definite no, but
Had to sneak it in.
so would you rather have your star go for 40 a game, lose a series, or would you rather have him go for 25 a game, everyone doing their part, and lose the series? Like, I know it's both a loss, and I know it's a trick, but would you rather go down with everyone fighting with each other, or would you rather go down with one guy fighting with one guy doing everything? I would like to go down as a team, like all of us go balls to the wall, like just throwing everything at the team because we know we're the odd man out, and we know that this is the defending Western Conference champs. Like, let's just throw everything we can at them, and I don't see that with the Dallas Mavericks at all in this series.
You know what Dallas is right now?
I saw it in game 1, but I don't see it in game 2 at all. And maybe it'll change tonight, but. Sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
This is Cleveland with LeBron with not enough support,
Correct.
and LeBron having to do everything.
Correct.
It doesn't work against a team who's balanced. It doesn't work.
Correct.
So unfortunately for Luka, we're seeing this. Luka people have been flirting with this idea that Luka is the next face of the league. They put him on NBA 2K. He was the cover for it last year. Luka plays the style of basketball that we haven't really seen because he has that European sort of like, it's a lazy swag. It's not an explosive athletic swag. You're wondering, how is he manning up that person? How is he getting that shot off that person? He's 4 inches off the ground. But the guy plays with a skill level that I haven't seen this sort of skill level with a player who like that. And I'm not comparing him to Magic, being that he's a big point guard, because he doesn't play with that kind of speed. But the guy's creativity and his vision and the way he can just score and make his own shot. I mean, he's a smorgasbord of so many players. He's exciting to watch, but he needs more support.
He looks like he reminds me of Kucherov of so much in NHL comparison. The reason why is because everyone has this thing with Kucherov that he's so lackadaisical. My dad and I were just having that conversation, and they were saying that he seems so lackadaisical with the puck. That's why I feel about Luka. I always feel like, Luka, turn it up. Like, come on. Do something. And like it just seems like he's playing so nonchalant. But like you said, he's doing something that's like incredible. Like, hitting a fadeaway 3 with like 2 guys on him. It's like, holy crap. Like, how can you do that? So I agree with you.
Oh, Luka's got like that. Luka's got damn.
Get out of here.
No,
You know Luka talk.
No, I agree. But that's just like Oh,
Jamie had to go turn the burner off on his stove. So there was no easy way of doing that.
To answer your question, I would rather go down as a team. If I was going to lose a series, I'd rather go down as a team. But no, Luka's just got that. Luka has that Dirk to him. Luka has that kind of like Dirk swag to him. Like, yeah, it's never like that energetic. It's never like explosive. It's just like so nonchalant, hitting turnaround jumpers and fadeaways.
Yeah. What I was gonna say was like Luka, he's got a way to getting to the point before his defender. He knows what he's doing a step before the guy ahead of him.
It's his basketball IQ.
His IQ is crazy. His IQ is.
He doesn't have to be explosive like Morant. He's just a smart dude. Got to it.
Oh,
man, you look like a panic, man.
I'm the only non-Yankee fan in here. How could you say that? I'm the only one that's not a Yankee fan in here. I thought you had my back.
Well, babe, like Jamie had to go turn off the oven, and there was no easy way of doing that. So
my sweet potato was burning.
I gotta say,
I'm trying to get the pan before it caught on fire.
The panic, man. You reached right to the camera and dipped.
I must say, John,
what were we talking about?
That's a fancy new last name she's got there. Where'd she get
that? Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, what does that say?
Guys, were you at the wedding?
The best wife ever.
Yeah, I was at that wedding. Were you guys?
Yeah, were you guys there?
We were around.
I was present.
I was off in the tree with the peacocks.
Man, I don't have none of y'all. I was burning a big cigar by myself, and you guys weren't even accompanying.
I told Pat, hey, come have a cigar with me. He says, okay. He lights it, and
he walk away. Hey, man, that's what you do at a wedding. You got.
I was gonna say, yeah. You were the groom at a wedding. You were getting
wedding day ain't for you. It's for everyone else.
Hey, exactly. All right. So before we move on from NBA, because I do expect the Suns to win tonight and take a concisive 3-0 in the series.
Okay.
Do hands up if you think we're in for a rematch of the NBA Finals.
God no.
No.
God no.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
No, I don't think so at all. I think it's going to be my Miami Heat taking the Eastern Conference.
Oh God, no.
Screw you, Pat. I'll show you.
I got the same mentality, John. The way you had the Penguins and Rangers making it to the cup out of this.
Woo.
Yeah.
I see the Bucks and Celtics, whoever comes out of that. No. This is a haymaker heavyweight match. No. Shot after shot, 2 games in a row. Teams blowing each other out.
No.
I thought you were about to rap.
I got the mic.
No.
I was like, all right, come on, throw the beat in.
Yeah, I hyped you up. Celtics pride, baby.
Hold on. I think I got something for that.
So
I was waiting for it, Mike.
I know. No, I don't have anything on cue.
Yeah, Mike, I was on pause too. I'm like, wait, he's about to drop a bar?
I know, right? I was like, oh, Mike by himself. So, Mike, who do you think?
Yeah, I got the Heat and the Suns. Still.
Okay.
Still temperature finals. I got it. All right.
I have the Heat.
It's gonna be a hot one.
I still have the Heat, and I have the Golden State Warriors.
Wow. No. You still think they're gonna make it? Okay.
Yes, I do. What about you, Jay? Okay.
Los Suns. I will go with Los Suns. I got the Suns. I'm going for the rematch. Look, I don't want to make you upset right now.
No, it's all right. I thought I could convince you with my hot ones right there.
I've been waiting for Giannis to take over in terms of what we all expect from him. Like he is the best basketball player in the world right now. And I feel like that's going to happen when they take this series back to Milwaukee. So we'll see what happens. Next to Devin Booker, of course. But anyway, he's the best player.
Agreed.
And then Chris Paul.
So I'll go with the rematch.
Okay. I see you. So I think this is a perfect break for Squad. Squad.
We're doing Stump the Squad already.
We'll get to NFL and the should veterans be obligated to mentor rookies afterwards. But we're gonna take a little break and do a little trivia in between. So
it's like a halftime show right here. All right, guys. So if you've been watching our show, Stump the Squad is all about whether we can stump each other on sports knowledge. So the way it works is we're gonna wager 1 or 2 points. Each one of us gets to ask a question. At the end, the person who gets the most points gets to go on a rant at the end of the show. So, gentlemen, are we ready to play Stump the Squad?
We are.
All right. Hey, I like that Penguins jersey up top in the corner. I'm going to have Sid the Kid lead us off tonight. Take it away, Sid.
of course, I'm the captain. I'll cap
The wrong side.
Take it away.
By the camera.
All right. So points.
Dose.
Two for everyone.
I'll keep score tonight. I got you, John. I'll keep score.
All right. First of all,
I have to try not to disappear. Technical malfunction here. I got too excited for Stump the Squad.
Okay, so relax,
Whoa.
Cinco Squad after dark.
My phone doesn't want to play Stump the Squad today. Sorry, guys.
No, Jamie, you're gonna lose.
No. All right, this is a hockey trivia. So, so this could be a little. Mike may know this one for some odd reason. I feel like he's gonna get this.
Okay.
Who is the first player to score 50 goals in the NHL? Maurice Richard, Bobby Orr, Bobby Hall, Wayne Gretzky.
I think I know, so I'm going to reserve my answer for last.
Wait,
Okay.
can I just take a pause right? Laura, we're talking about Wayne Gretzky. Long story.
He was actually on the pregame. He was on the panel last night with the Calgary game.
Yeah.
He's been all season.
Yeah.
My girlfriend thinks The Office made Wayne Gretzky famous.
No. Wayne
I'm
Gretzky
going to
made
go
Wayne Gretzky
with
famous.
Bobby Hall because of the way you said it.
I'm
Bobby
going
Hall?
Bobby Orr.
Bobby Orr, Mike.
Bobby Hall.
I have successfully stumped the squad.
Oh,
Was it Richard?
Really?
Was it
It's
Richard?
Maurice Richard
wow.
Okay.
Come on.
of the Montreal Canadiens.
Should have saw that
Canadian.
coming. Damn.
-2.
-2 for everyone.
Good one,
Yeah.
brother.
We gotta you know what we gotta create is like a stump the squad. Like you stump everyone. You gotta have
Like a sound effect.
Oh,
yeah,
Yo, you remember the show freaking Press Your Luck? When a whammy popped out, bro, we need to have our own whammy just pop out on the screen.
Wow!
Pie in the face. Woo!
Oh my god, that'd be funny as hell if we had like a slide button.
Running.
Bang. All right, so I will choose Pat to go next.
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta go for
I'm
2.
gonna
I'm
go
down
some
2.
NBA.
2.
Going NBA
NBA.
knowledge right here, boys.
Deuce.
2 to everybody. All right.
Everybody.
2's around. All right. I got who led assists per game in NBA in 2013. I'll give you the names and the teams they played because there's so many switching around. I have A, Rajon Rondo for the Celtics.
Mhm.
B, Chris Paul for the Clippers. C, Gravis Vasquez for the Hornets. Or D.
7.
You're right.
Or D.
Drew Holiday for the Sixers.
Wow.
So who led the team
It assists per
Who led
game.
the league? Who led the league in assists?
in the
2013?
playoffs?
No, season.
The league.
Season.
Total assists or assists per game?
Average assists
Average assists per game.
in 2013.
Bringing out the Revis Vasquez in this one. Man, I haven't heard that name in forever.
I think it's going to
Maryland
be.
product, right?
I think it's going to be Rajon.
Who was the last one?
Drew Holiday for the Sixers.
It's probably that one. That sounds like the answer,
Who was
honestly.
with the Sixers then, though? That's when Iggy was there. I remember that
No,
team.
not in 13.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I think
I thought he just got to Golden State when through on 13.
that might have
Wasn't
been
there,
one
like,
of the
in, like,
last
You guys
years.
are gonna say this, and then I gotta look it up.
No, gosh.
You see, Rondo's prime years when they were the squad, Rondo was averaging like 13, 14 assists a game when they had that big four going because nobody could miss it.
Yeah.
If it was the 2012-2013 season, Iggy was with the Nuggets.
Oh yeah, that's
Rondo
right.
was.
About that.
Yeah.
Right.
No, Iggy
All
was.
right, I'm gonna go with Chris Paul because I think it's probably Chris Paul's birthday, and Pat might want to pick up Chris Paul on his birthday for some reason. So let's go with CP3.
I'm gonna go with Vasquez because it's just it's such an out there name that I feel like it's one of those that's like surprise.
It's Drew Holiday.
We ain't nobody on the Hornets for him.
We locking it in, boys?
I guess.
Yeah.
Wait, each one of us wanted a different answer. Who is it?
All right, I have successively stumped
It's Rajon
Mike
Rondo.
and Jamie.
Oh
It
man,
was Rajon
Good job,
Rondo.
Hey!
I didn't
And
think
I
he would
actually-
go Celtics because
I
I felt that
actually
was
gave it in the order of how they finished in 2013 also.
Hey!
Look, I had a feeling it was Rondo because he had some ridiculous years where I think he would average like double his points on assists or something.
Well,
Even with teams that he
What
wasn't
about
good,
this?
even the teams that weren't good with the Celtics, I remember always seeing Rondo at the top of the stat chart with the assists. So I remember that. So
It was a little bit
Nice.
of a trick question because Rondo only played 38 games that year, but he
Oh.
averaged
but
11
he
assists.
qualified.
So wait, do you still? That's weird because I thought you had to play at least 60 games, I guess, to get an award, not to have like
To get an
lead
award,
the
but not
NBA.
to lead the league. Yeah, I think you have
Yeah.
to play 30 to lead the league.
Yeah,
Vasquez actually had the total of 704 assists in that.
Wow.
So I would have been right if it was total.
If
Wow.
it was total. It was all in the wording,
Vasquez
boys.
with the year of his life.
all right, Pat, pick the next one. Who's the stumper now?
I'm going to go to my neighbor to the top. Mike, what's your
Sure.
question?
Well, we're back to hockey. Well, speaking of
Canada?
Canada, yeah, hockey.
Deuce.
It's actually so two for John.
Jamie's
coming back.
gone.
I'm coming back.
No, I'm not. 3-2 Lightning.
Let's get it.
Ooh, did you crack the beer,
Lightning on the
too?
board
2
again.
goals.
3-2. Lightning coming back up. Sorry, 3-2 Toronto, but Lightning scored again.
What do you got, Jay?
Jamie, how many pay? Bet points.
Deuce.
All right.
Bet points.
Yeah, I have to go 2 where I'm down. I'm -4. I got it.
Yeah,
You
we
and
all
Mike.
got to come back.
All right, so two across the board. And actually, speaking of Canada, this is a Canadian-themed question. When was the last time a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup?
Oh, Jesus, I know this.
Was it
By the way.
A, 1986,
Nope.
B, 1993, C, 1994, or D, 2004?
1993.
94 is a trick question.
93.
93.
It is. What was the last one? Can you say it again, please? I'm sorry.
So 86,
Okay.
93, 94, 04.
04 was the Lightning. No. 93.
Montreal Canadiens. 93.
No, I think it
Not
was 80.
stumped anybody.
Oh,
It was the
Montreal
Montreal
Canadiens.
Canadiens in
94 was the lockout year. There was no Stanley Cup winner.
No, there was a Stanley Cup winner. It was your New York Rangers.
Ooh,
Who's
with Mark
yours?
Messier.
Everyone's New York Rangers.
Who's yours?
New York Rangers.
I'm
Everyone.
a Red Wings fan.
We are
Minus
all
the
Rangers.
jersey.
We are all Rangers.
dude, you're just like me. You're confusing everyone.
Well, that's why we're stumping the squad. We're stumping the squad.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna take it home here for us tonight and stump the squad. And it's Derby weekend, everybody. How about we go on Churchill down
man.
to the Kentucky Derby? So we're gonna be talking a little Derby talk right now, gentlemen. So
All right.
Justify was the last horse to win the Triple Crown in 2018.
Oh, wait. We all bidding too?
Yeah, we're all big too.
Yeah, everybody's on 2. All right, hold on. So everybody got stumped on that one. So
No, we didn't.
everybody
Nope.
got that right. Sorry. So we got. Let me just
I got it.
I have 4.
quick here. All right. So John's at +4. We got. I'm at -2. We got Mike. You're still at -4 here, and we got Pat at 0. So it looks like John is the runaway winner.
No,
today. So
unless
anyway,
John.
we'll take it.
What needs to happen is John needs to get it wrong and Pat needs to get it right.
And then we tie.
All right. So.
We got a tie.
And then we do a tiebreaker. All right, so Justify is the last horse to win the Triple Crown in 2018. How many horses have won the Triple Crown in the history of horse racing? Is it A,
God's
10,
looking at me.
B, 12, C, 13, or D, 15? Is it
First
A, 10, B, 12, C, 13, or D, 15?
13.
What was
So
the
it's-
first one again?
Yeah, 10,
10, 12, 13, or 15?
15.
I'll go 12.
Gentlemen, I have stumped John and Pat. Way to go, Mike. It is 13
Oh!
horses that have won
Oh
the Triple
no!
Crown in horse
I
racing.
got something right.
That's why I'm so happy about your hockey
That still
question.
puts Mike at 0. It puts John at +2. I'm at -2. Pat's at -2. So, John,
Downwind.
once again, you are the winner of this
We
week's
always listen to John Rant.
Stomp the Squad. Rant's all yours.
Do you want me to do
Captain
it?
Kid.
Do you want me to do it after? Or
Yeah, you take us home with it. So
take us home. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So my rant of the week, I kind of went on it earlier about the whole Gary Payton situation. I think we didn't really touch on the whole flagrant foul in the game. Is it ruining NBA? And I mean, we could say college basketball here and there, right? So I don't think it's ruining. I think it's helping the game in a sense, but I also think that it's, how do you say it? When it comes down to fouls, like what happened to Dylan Brooks on Gary Payton II, those type of fouls, they're not, I don't even consider those flagrant. I just think, like I said, they're dirty. I don't think it's ruining basketball. I think it's keeping basketball in check because ultimately, we need to have some sort of order. Like, you can't just sit there and just go whack people, over the head, like elbows flying all over the place. Like, I know in college basketball, the most flagrant foul that I see is where they're bringing the ball up and they catch someone here. That's where I see most of the flagrant fouls. I call that touchy, but I also think that this guy knows what he's doing. What happened to your buddy there for UNC? What's his name? Brady Manick. He got out of the game. I mean, look at the aggressive elbow he came up with right here. Did you really need to do that to box someone out? You can box someone out like this. Like, you don't need to go up here. Like, and so do I think it's ruining NBA and college basketball? No, I don't think it's ruining it at all. I think it's definitely helped the game be a little bit more structured. But I also think that there's some times where, it's kind of hard. It's like a double-edged sword where it's like, okay, yes, it's good for the game, but I think it's also like sometimes a lot of refs take it too far and whatnot. So my take on it, I think it's good for basketball. I think it keeps it in check. I think it keeps players in check to say, hey, I don't want to lose a game. I don't want to be kicked out of a game. So I better cool my elbows, or I better cool the way I'm playing because I'm playing a little too aggressive and I'm hurting my team. At the end of the day, what we talked about before, you need to be on the court or the ice or whatever to have success. So, I feel that it's helped basketball in a sense, have a little bit more order, even though I'm part of the crowd that says I love 90s basketball where it was physical, but wasn't, it was basketball. It wasn't too physical to the point. So a little long of a rant, so sorry about that, but that's just one. So I think we can take it home with NFL. I know we missed out on the MLB talk. We'll definitely get back to the no-nos. There's going to be another one this year, most likely, since it is the pitchers. Yeah, most definitely. But I have one question that it's been itching me all week, and I think that we've all been talking about, and then we'll close out the show. But I have a very strong point on this, and I think everyone else, kind of has their own opinions. But, it has to do with Ryan Tannehill's comment when they talked about, are you going to mentor Malik Willis, who they drafted to eventually, hopefully, replace Tannehill. He said, it's not my job to mentor him. And everyone's blowing this up to be more than what I think it is. So, Jay, let me get your thoughts on that. Should veterans, NFL players, or veteran players in general be obligated to mentor rookie or younger players?
Well, let me say I really enjoyed your rant. And before I touch on that, let me just add to that to say that I don't think what they're doing here is wrong because they're protecting the players. I think killing the flow of the game and not using their common sense to say whether or not it had intent or not, which is what they used to have to do back in the day,
Correct.
has killed the flow of the game. And that's what
They're
I
reading
don't
off
like.
a sheet.
Like you can tell that foul Brooks had on Gary Payton was malintent. Like he didn't really try to make a play on the ball. He elbowed him in the face. Like he was way behind on the play. So just use your common sense now. We don't have to go to the screen every time. Then the one on Draymond Green, it wasn't that intentional. Yes, he got clipped and hit, in his face, but it wasn't malintent. So I think you can tell the
Correct.
difference with a player trying to hurt another player or not, or hustling to make a play. But all right, so let's talk about Ryan Tannehill coming out. Isn't it if you have a job, isn't the point of your job, especially as an athlete, it's to win your position or to be the best in your position? Like, isn't that why you go into training camp, to prove that you're the best at the position? So, to me, it's like, I don't understand why anybody would knock him, because nobody said, hey, by the way, we're resigning you and drafting a player and you're supposed to make him the best quarterback on the roster. That's nonsense to me. So I don't think that any veteran is obligated to do it. I think the character of the individual, we saw it with Brett Favre. He wanted nothing to do with mentoring Aaron Rodgers. That didn't hurt Aaron Rodgers. It made him more hungry. We saw it with Joe Montana and Steve Young. Montana wanted nothing to do with losing his starting position to Steve Young. Eventually, the Niners traded him away because they were like, we need to figure out if this kid is good enough to win us a Super Bowl, and he did. So I really think that veterans don't have any obligation at all.
That's interesting. I couldn't agree more.
Here,
Go ahead, Pat.
I agree. It's not an obligation to mentor any incoming rookie. There's no obligation.
Yeah.
There's also being a good teammate.
Agreed.
There's a good teammate aspect, and this came out from LaShawn McCoy, who said it's not your job to do this, but if you want to be a good teammate and make a winning organization, then everyone roll the oars the same way, help each other, pick each other up. And I would like to see Ryan Tannehill be a good teammate. He's also interviewing for a backup job when he's done being a starter for any organization.
Yeah.
He has to. What do you think you're going to be on the sideline with a clipboard? Not a mentor?
Yeah.
You're going to have a younger quarterback ahead of you in the depth chart. You have to be a good teammate.
I don't know.
Not an obligation, but for him saying flat out, I'm not mentoring, it's a bad look. Malik Willis never asked to be a tight end. Let's just put it out there. He never asked to be a tight end. He thought he was going top 10 pick in the first round. So I think it's a character aspect more than a job role.
So you're saying championship behavior is all of us just act like a champion, and and the behavior of a champion is we're not here to ignore teammates, we're here to uplift teammates.
Let's put it this way. When the offense comes off the field, not getting to fourth and inches. They're not getting to fourth and inches. Defense is passing all the offensive players. You don't give them hey, get them next time. You don't give them that. It's the same deal. It's a job. It's the same organization. You're all working for the same deal. Why not just leave it better the way you found it? That's what I see it as.
Great point. Very great point. That's a really good point.
Yeah, I completely agree with what you guys are saying, and especially my thoughts are exactly yours, Pat. I don't think it's necessarily an obligation to do it because obviously it's a competition. They're called QB competitions in camp. You want to win the starting spot. But I think from my perspective, if you're a guy like Ryan Tannehill, who didn't exactly have the warmest welcome to the league as far as success goes, and as far as like in Miami, they were not that good of a team when he got there.
Yep.
You have to, from my perspective, you have to think about where you were when you were Malik Willis's age, and how nice it would have been to have a vet put their arm around you and go, "Hey, it's all right." Like if you have a bad practice or throw a bad pass, like, "Hey, it's all right. Get him like I said, get him next time. It's all right." No, you should have seen that. Like, I'm not going to help you. If I still think I'm starting caliber, I'm not going to be like, "Oh no, here, you have the starting spot. But then again, as a point of pride, if you beat me in that QB competition, good for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want to go start somewhere else, obviously, at that point. I mean, I think Tannehill's still got some years of football left. But let's face it, this is NFL football. How much time does he have left? And if you can give back to the game in some way to the next generation of quarterbacks that Malik Willis is considered to represent, then like you said, that's a good look on you. That's you're being a good teammate. And yeah, championship mentality is all for one, one for all. We're going to win a title together.
Yeah.
So I think it does look bad him coming out and saying it that outwardly. And I thought it was interesting that Kurt Warner immediately came out and was like, "Hey, if any young quarterbacks need a mentor, just hit me up. I'll do it."
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That's so typical.
Well, because that's Kurt Warner.
Yeah,
that's at a grocery store. Like, come on now. Like, I mean, I can definitely see that being.
If you want to make a movie, too, I got a spot.
It's about the right time for us to make a Shane Falco reference there. Let's go, Shane Falco.
And
Very nice.
and my last thought on it before we get out of here, because I know we got to get out of here. If a guy of the caliber of resume that Aaron Rodgers has can mentor Jordan Love the way he supposedly has in camp, not giving him the starting spot, obviously, but like helped him out with little things. If a guy of that caliber can do it, Ryan Tannehill can do it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%. I agree with all your
but the way Rodgers got shunned by Brett Favre, I think he had that experience where he was like, I don't want anybody to feel this. And so he got some empathy, you know? Yeah.
Right,
so I agree with all.
Compare Brett Favre to Ryan Tannehill. Come on.
Yeah. No. I just talking about the experience being in his shoes. Like he knew what it was like for a quarterback to completely shit on him and be like, bro, I don't even acknowledge you as a player on my team. You know?
I agree with all your points. I mean, I think ultimately when it comes down to it, there's a few factors here, right? So I'll say what my point is real quick before we end the show. And, you know, the biggest thing is, number one, Brady, Roethlisberger, Favre, Rodgers, all these quarterbacks are proving that, you know, they're playing into the late 30s, early 40s. Now, I'm not saying Tannehill is in that range. I think he's in the second tier of that football type of quarterback, if you really want to put him there, because he's been consistently a starting quarterback. I'm not saying he's a good starting quarterback, but he's been consistently a starting quarterback.
He's held down the job.
He's held down the job.
Helping him out a lot.
Correct. It's not hard when you hand the ball off to Derek and get out of his way.
Right.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. Is ultimately
Malik, give the ball to Derek. There you go.
When it comes down to, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you know, you don't need. It doesn't take much to teach a guy, but it also doesn't take much for, you know. So if Malik Willis says, "Hey, you know, what did you see on that route? I saw you hit, you know, whoever the receivers are now down the middle. What did you see on that?" And it doesn't take much for Tannehill to be like, you know, I saw a safety come in, saw the backer go out, you know, some small talk in that aspect. Yeah. And while you're doing plays in practice and during the game, or you're watching film, what did you see on that?
So let me ask you,
what is your mindset?
Hold on, let me ask you something. Isn't there a quarterback coach on that team?
Okay, let me finish.
What's his
job?
Let
me finish. But let me finish. Hold on. The quarterback coach isn't throwing the ball, though. The quarterback coach is not throwing the ball.
The tape to help all the quarterbacks.
But he's not the one throwing the ball. So you can't say that point doesn't mean anything, because that question doesn't really mean much, because the quarterback coach isn't sitting in the pocket looking over 6'6" centers and linemen trying to find out, oh, I saw the safety blitz up, I saw the backer go to the running back, and I saw the open receiver cutting across. I saw the X route. I knew where he was going to be, and I knew what their defensive scheme was going to be. So I get your point in the sense that he's supposed to be coaching him, but I also get the fact that they're not doing the job. It's just like you're saying, okay, Byron, is it Byron Leftwich for the Bucks? Okay, let me go see what Brady is doing, and I know this is like Brady's the GOAT, but let me go try to dissect what Brady does. What Brady sees on the field. That it's totally different. Not to say that Byron doesn't know or doesn't have a feeling of what Brady does, but it's completely different for Blaine Gabbert to hear from Brady than it is from Byron. So I get your point, but I also see the fact that it doesn't take much if Malik Willis were to come up to Tannehill and say, hey, what did you see on that? I'd love to get your point. That was a great pass. And for Tannehill to be like, yeah, I saw the backer come up and saw him blitz, so I knew I had to get the ball out quick in the 5-yard slant and not panic. So I already knew where I was going through my progressions before the pass was even there. So I guess my point is, like, you don't need to, but I agree with Pat and Mike that it makes it a good teammate and it makes it championship football to have everyone moving on all cylinders. Because Malik Willis, I mean, what teams do you not see the backup quarterback in the huddle with the team? You know what I mean? So.
And what happens if Tannehill gets hurt?
I'm just listen, I'm being devil's advocate. I'm the bad guy.
I know you are.
Well, what I would say to the quarterback coach
What's off your
aspect of this argument is for the Titans, he's going to be like, why are you throwing it? Hand it off.
Yeah.
Exactly. Would you like to be mentored? Fine 22. He's right behind you all the time.
Yeah. Tannehill, how have you become so successful?
Hey, Pat, I think we should go trade for Derrick Henry, though. I mean, let's not waste some good years. Let's put him on a championship type football.
I think
man.
Would be
Let's just
interesting.
take
You
the
guys need to chill, bro.
Come
You
here.
need to chill with that talk. You might not even win your division yet.
We're
Talk about the
stealing
New York
If we got Derrick
Giants.
Henry, we would.
There's only one team winning that division this year.
Get him out. Get him out. Get him
New
out.
York
Get him out.
football giant.
Get him out.
Gone.
No
See
more
you, Mike.
times talk.
You're gone, Mike. Have a good night. And that's it from Cinco Squad.
More Danny Dimes talk.
I didn't even say his name. You said his name.
You alluded.
The team. It's a team. Kayvon Thibodeau.
Listen,
and
hold
Evan
on.
Neal.
Listen.
Thibodeau.
How about you always get to have your little take about the New York Giants? Give me a second to talk about the Liverpool Football Club here. All right.
Okay.
Liverpool has put themselves in a position to win the quad this year. That's nothing like we beat Villarreal in the semifinals of the UEFA Champions League. That gives us a chance to get revenge on Real Madrid in the finals that will take place in Paris. All right. And that gives Liverpool an opportunity to win 4 titles in 1 year. We got a huge game against Tottenham tomorrow at 2:45. We need some help. Somebody please beat Manchester City or steal 2 points from them, because it would be so agonizing if we win 3 cups and lose the Premier title by 1 point again to Pep Guardiola and Man City. Yes, I'm being selfish. Yes, this is Liverpool's year. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the best team in the world right now in every sport.
Whoa.
Liverpool.
Man.
This guy AJ Brown.
You just got Kayvon Thibodeau.
Jamie, I love your corner kick segments, man.
Thanks, bro.
Bless me. Thank you.
John thinks about it.
But
He's on your football stuff.
You made John sick, but it's all right.
on that note, I think it's time we wrap up the show, gentlemen.
Yes, I think it was. It was an amazing show. Amazing. 6 show. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and we appreciate it. Look below. We got all of our tags there from YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Check us out all week. We'll be throwing out some questions, some polls, whatever. It's the Cinco Squad. My name's Jonathan Sawyer. Squad.
We'll be
Good
here
boys.
for Cinco de Mayo next year on Cinco de Mayo. Squad up.
Yeah,
There
next
we
year.
go. There we
Everyone
go.
have a great evening. Have a great weekend, and watch a ton of sports this weekend.
Yes.
Sir,
See
always.
you later,
Go
guys.
Liverpool.
Let's go, Rangers.
God.
Let's go, Red Wings. What?
Let's
You're not even in the
go.
playoffs.
Let's go.